"You're a father again," my wife said. The words landed without ceremony. No smile, no trembling joy, just a statement, delivered the way people announce the weather. I looked at her across the kitchen island. Morning light cut her face in half, one side familiar, the other a stranger I hadn't learned to read yet. "I've been out of the picture for months," I said. She didn't answer right away. She touched the rim of her mug. Didn't drink. Her eyes stayed on the steam, not on me. That was the moment something inside me went quiet. Not loud, not dramatic. Quiet like a room after a gunshot. When your ears are still ringing, and you don't yet know who's bleeding. I ran the math without moving my lips. Months apart. Separate apartments. Space, she'd called it. Finding ourselves. A clean phrase for a dirty reality. She finally looked up. "You don't have to react like that," she said. I nodded slowly. The way you nod when you're cataloging evidence. Inside, something began arranging itself with precision. Dates, absences, silences. I had ignored because ignoring them was easier than admitting what they meant. I felt no anger yet. Just alignment. When she told me she was pregnant, she framed it as fate. A miracle that didn't need explanations. Life, she said, finds a way. I remembered the nights she didn't answer calls. The weekends she extended without warning. The new password on her phone. The way she'd started placing it face down, like a secret she didn't trust gravity with. I told her congratulations. I meant it the way a coroner means condolences. She watched me closely after that, waiting for a crack, a raised voice. Something she could use to pivot the story toward my instability. But I stayed even. That unsettled her more than rage would have. At night, alone, I've replayed everything. Her sudden insistence on therapy. Her claim that intimacy felt pressured. The man from her office, whose name surfaced too, often in harmless anecdotes. I didn't accuse. Accusations are for people who still need answers. I already knew where to look. I just needed proof that could stand on its own. I ordered the test quietly, paid cash. Had it sent to a P.O. box I opened under a name that wasn't mine anymore. At least not the one she knew. While I waited, I watched. I watched her cradle her stomach with performative tenderness. Watched her text someone late at night, smiling without realizing it. Watched her flinch when I entered rooms unexpectedly. I was calm, attentive, supportive. She mistook that for forgiveness. Inside, I was sharpening something invisible. The day stretched. Every moment felt weighted, deliberate. Like walking toward a door you already know is locked, but needing to touch the handle anyway. When the envelope finally arrived, it was thinner than I expected. Truth doesn't need padding. I didn't open it right away. I sat with it on the table, letting its presence settle, letting my body adjust to the certainty before my eyes confirmed it. When I did read it, I felt nothing spike, just a clean, surgical sense of arrival. Probability, 0. The child was not mine. I folded the paper carefully, put it back in the envelope, placed it in my jacket pocket. That night, I asked her one question. "Do you want me at the appointment next week?" Her relief was immediate, sloppy. "Yes," she said. "Of course," I nodded. I already knew where I'd be. I handed her the envelope 2 days later. No preamble, no drama. "What's this?" she asked. "Something you forgot to account for," I said. She opened it slowly. Her breath changed first, then her hands. The room filled with the sound of paper shaking. She looked up at me, eyes wide, mouth opening and closing like a malfunction. This isn't accurate." I finished. "It is." Silence collapsed between us. She started crying, fast, messy, words spilling out in the wrong order, explanations, justifications, names. I listened the way you listen to a confession you no longer need. When she reached for me, I stepped back. That broke her more than the test ever could. I didn't yell. I didn't threaten. I told her I'd already spoken to a lawyer, that the apartment lease was ending early, that I'd informed her parents just the facts, nothing editorial. I told her she could keep the story she'd built, but she wouldn't get to keep me as part of it. "You planned a life around a lie," I said. "You don't get to be surprised when it collapses." She begged then, for understanding, for time. I picked up my jacket. "I gave you months," I said. "You used them." I left her in the kitchen, holding a future she'd misattributed. Now, alone, the silence feels earned. I don't feel lighter. I feel exact. Some truths don't free you. They refine you. She wanted me to be a father to a story that wasn't mine. Instead, I became something else entirely. A man who knows when to walk away and never looks back.